Scrapbookers love paper, and why shouldn't we? The colors and textures and patterns are nothing but eye candy. It just makes our hearts happy. So why is using it such a struggle? Scrapbooking paper is overflowing with design potential for our page layouts, and yet after talking to thousands of scrapbookers over the years, it's become clear to me that only a small amount of scrapbookers actually use what's in their stash. It's time to change that. In this video, I'm going to share a simple, tried and true method that has already helped so many scrapbookers use all that pattern paper they've been collecting by turning this into grab and go paper kits like this, which can be then turned into a beautifully coordinated layout like this the next time they sit down to scrapbook. I call this the 3-2-1 paper kit method, and I can't wait for you to try it on your own paper stash, so let's get into it. The goal of the 3-2-1 method is to help you build a coordinated 6-page paper kit that includes everything you need for a beautifully designed 2-page layout. You're going to start by choosing 3 pattern papers, 1 main pattern and 2 complementary supporting patterns. The main pattern is the star of the show. It sets the mood, and it's often a theme pattern like this one, or any pattern with bold or even busy designs. There are usually several colors all together in this one page, and most often include graphical elements. This one bold design will set the tone for your page and will act as the inspiration and the aesthetic anchor for all of your next paper choices. Once you've made this choice, we'll want to find 2 supporting patterns. For these, we're looking for slightly more subtle designs that coordinate with your main pattern. These don't have to be from the same collection as your main pattern. I know that we tend to have a lot of single sheets that we picked up through the years, and this method is a great way to pull those one-off sheets together into paper kits. Just make sure that these 2 patterns coordinate with the main pattern and that they add visual interest without being overwhelming. Basically, these patterns should complement, not compete with your main pattern. When I'm choosing these 2 supporting patterns, I'm looking at the colors in my main pattern and finding sheets that include 1 or 2 of those colors, but in more subtle ways than the original. Generally, simple geometric shapes that are smaller in scale than the designs of the main pattern. If you are using double-sided paper, try to make sure that the reverse side also coordinates if at all possible. This won't always be the case, and that's okay. Don't let this be a make or break thing. Okay, that's our first 3 patterns. On to step 2. Next, we'll choose 2 background sheets. The right background sheets give your design a strong foundation, setting a certain tone for everything else. You'll want to choose 2 matching patterns here. They could just be cardstock in single solid colors, or you can choose what I refer to as a 2-tone pattern or a blender. This is paper that has a really subtle pattern or texture to it that is created by the use of 2 different shades of the same color, like these ones. Using something like this will add a sense of substance that makes a layout feel more professional or high quality. That being said, our goal is to use up the stash that we have. So if you have a lot of cardstock and not a lot of blenders, then you can absolutely use those solid colors here. But I would recommend that when you buy paper moving forward, you look for these 2-tone patterns to add a little something extra to your paper kits in the future. Once again, your background sheets should color coordinate with your other patterns you've selected, but be less competitive. Choosing less busy patterns for your background sheets will let your photos shine and let the main patterns do the heavy lifting when it comes to creating the right aesthetic feel to capture that moment you're preserving. Lastly, we'll choose 1 extra sheet for your photo mats or for coordinated layers. Adding photo mats is an optional step when it comes to scrapbooking, so you definitely don't need to mat your photos every time. But photo mats can be a nice finishing touch that adds a layered look and feel to your page, giving it a sense of depth and polish around your photos. Sometimes, even if I don't mat every picture, I will choose 1 or 2 photos that I like to make stand out above the others in order to tell the story of the memory I'm preserving. And if you don't mat your photos, this last sheet will come in handy for any additional details you may decide to add to your layout. So here are a quick few tips. Keep it simple, use coordinated cardstock or a scrap piece of your most subtle pattern papers, and really avoid busy patterns here. Let your photos shine and be the main attraction. As a rule of thumb, try to use darker mats for light backgrounds and lighter mats for dark backgrounds. And that is a perfect paper kit for your next project. 2 background sheets, 1 main pattern, 2 supporting patterns, and 1 sheet or a photo match sheet. Spending a little quality time with your paper stash to create a few go-to layout kits using this really simple 3-2-1 method ahead of time will mean less decision fatigue and more scrapbooking the next time you sit down to create. So here's the challenge. Take 1 or 2 evenings this week to shop your own paper stash and build 1 or 2 grab and go layout kits. Believe me, you'll thank yourself when you see your paper stash shrinking and your stack of finished pages growing more and more. And in the end, that's my goal, to help make scrapbooking as simple and satisfying as possible to get you filling your albums with finished pages instead of filling more bins or even more closets with scrapbooking paper. So, what are you waiting for? Seriously, it's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Hopefully these tips have been helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments, and stay tuned. In a future video, I will share more information on how to take these go-to layout kits and transform them into finished pages.